somehow stay. You somehow be my only dreams.
Hi everyone, it's Jenny from the Pixie Post, and I'm back with another Mindful Monday. Yes, we are back. And before I get into today's video, which is kind of an interesting topic, I wanted to give a shout out to my community. I love you guys and thank you for always being supportive and encouraging. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please feel free to click like and subscribe. I would love to have you along for the journey. And we have a really great community here. So I offer all kinds of content. So I do hope you enjoy what you're seeing. Well, today has been a very interesting day, and for me, it's only 11 a.m. I have been up since the wee hours of the morning working on my craft, getting this week started, and it seemed like the universe was kind of against me today. Let me explain. The past few weeks, I've been struggling with some emotions and, just some shadow work that tends to crop up once in a while, and I think a lot of it is being an empath. I tend to absorb other energies that I may not necessarily be feeling, and a lot of the time it's subconscious. I don't even realize it until it starts festering or still starts showing itself in different ways. And unfortunately, the way the world is nowadays, I tend to say that phrase a lot in my videos. There's a lot of anger, there's a lot of hostility, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of negative emotions. And that's to be expected to a certain extent. So I've been absorbing a lot of that. And lately it's been coming out in anger. And anger is really not an emotion that I'm used to dealing with on a regular basis. I've had events in my life that, yes, sure, of course I've been angry, but I would process through that and always work through it. Sometimes I'd avoid it, but it would always crop up later, and then I would transmute it into lighter energy. But lately, the way people are towards each other in the outside world, just all of that has been catching up with me. So I'm less patient than I used to be. So little things will start sparking my anger. And I was really trying to get to the root cause of that, because I thought some of this, yes, I have a right to be angry with, but it was like I couldn't get out of that energy. I just could not let it go. And I'm all for letting old energy go. And 90% of the time, I can do it pretty easily. A lot easier than I used to. But this 10% that was hanging on, it would color everything I would do. And when I'm going through something like that, I tend to withdraw a little more. I'm still present. I'm still with the Hive community. I'm still active. But I notice my creative flow starts to waver, and my resolve for leading a positive life starts to waver. And when it starts affecting me like that, I tend to pull back because I don't want to affect others with that negative energy. So today I woke up and I felt good because I slept, and as the morning went on, for some reason, just every little thing started really pissing me off. And I could not understand why, even though maybe at the moment I could understand why I was a little angry. And then that's when your inner reality starts affecting your outer reality. So it really is a very truthful thing, because when you're chaotic inside, your outside becomes chaotic. So little things didn't work, and my workflow was just not jiving. And I thought, gosh, what can I do to just let go of this? So I finally ended up taking a shower. What I did is I imagined my negative energy, all those emotions, all that anger just flowing out of me. Like when the water would cascade over me, it was cleaning the energy field as well. And I just imagined, you can imagine any color, but for me, I imagine a warm pink light. And I just let it run over me as I was taking my showers. I didn't stop or anything. I just did my regular routine in the shower, but I noticed the energy started feeling a little better. And I started thinking, okay, I can do this. I started getting some ideas for my video, which will go on hold because now I'm talking about this. And I still felt a little tiny seed of you know how you just feel and you don't even know why. And it is amazing what family can do. And I have a wonderful blood related family, but in this case it's more about my soul family. And on the Hive blockchain, we have a very strong community. We have different communities within the Hive community, but I can honestly say I know so many wonderful people from all over the world that are from different communities within the Hive blockchain. But there seems to be, other than promoting Hive and believing in Hive, there seems to be such a connection between all of us that transcends over all that fear in the world, all over the anger, the uncertainty, the fear. And it's so interesting because we did some silly things on Twitter. Like I sang, which I sing horribly, but I sang a little tune because one of my friends dared me to. And then I did a little, because we believe in Hive so much, I did a little Hive torch, screaming torch. And if you're not in the community, it sounds silly and sounds ridiculous, but it's just we try to come up with fun ideas to share the awareness and share what Hive has to offer. So just doing those little things, being playful and just really tapping into my inner child as far as that goes, really helped. It's amazing how much better I feel right now. I don't feel the anger that I did because we connected. And I wanted to bring this message to you guys that regardless of how you do it or who you connect with, when you're around people who uplift you and are positive examples, it will change your world. Now, first and foremost, you have to recognize your own value. You have to tap into that heart space where you're coming from a place of love, not fear, not anger, and really realize that you can depend on yourself. That is the ultimate goal in order to be able to love other people and connect with other people. So I can safely say I can do that. It was a struggle. It took a while to see my full value, but now I can honestly say I do see that in an egotistical way, and we'll get back to that in a little bit. But when I connected with my community, it was like we all tapped into that love energy, and it's amazing how powerful that is. And right now, that's what the world needs. We need unity. And unfortunately, while there are a lot of people who are recognizing that, and more people are awakening to that, and there's more critical thinking, there's more questioning, there's more taking back your own power. There are many ways to do that. And I'm seeing that. But there's a division between that love energy and that fear energy. And it's basically looking to me like two timelines. When we choose to come from a place of love, that is one timeline. That's the optimal timeline. Because we are transmuting any energy that no longer serves us, and we're not feeding into the anger and the matrix way of living. When we start taking our power back, when we start connecting with like-minded individuals, when we start knowing our worth and our value, that's when the change happens. Having said that, we are allowed to feel what we feel. We are allowed to be angry. We are allowed to be sad. We are allowed to feel whatever we feel. And if you're in that energy right now, it's okay. that is okay to process that and feel that. But when we start letting ourselves stay there and act out from that energy, that's when it's not okay. Because it's not just you as one individual doing that. It's feeding that energy into the collective, therefore changing our timeline into a less optimal one. When we work on ourselves and work on how we are reacting to the fear and to the anger and transmuting it in the way we know how, that's when we start tapping into our heart space and looking through the lens of love. Because when we start showing compassion and when we start understanding one another, or trying at least to understand one another, realizing we all have a purpose, realizing that we don't have to compare ourselves or put each other down to feel better about ourselves. So in having said all of this, it's my long way of saying, surround yourself with positive people who always encourage you, always support you, whether they agree with you or not, but they're always there for you. Because you never know when it can really make a difference in your life. Even though you should always depend on yourself first, when you're around, they have that saying, when you're around the 5 people the most, that's who you become. And you do pick up on habits and quirks. I know I tend to do that from the people I'm around most. And today has really been a good example of that. And I really, really appreciate everyone for being so awesome. It amazes me more and more how unified our community is. Yes, we have Hive in common, but I think it goes deeper than that. We are all there to serve a purpose, a collective purpose, as well as our individual purposes. And that is why Hive is going to continue. That is why Hive is going to be successful. And regardless if you're on Hive or not, when you are in a community that uplift you and are there for you, you will go that much further. You will feel that purpose. So I hope that makes sense. It's kind of a different video today for Mindful Monday, but just be mindful of the people who are there for you and who love you and encourage you. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in the fast pace of life, even though life has been a lot of a slower pace lately. But we do tend to get wrapped up in ourselves, and not always in a good way. So thank you to all my beautiful family members, and I hope all of you have that, and if you don't, you will have that. Just look for it, and you'll find someone who really makes a difference in your life. But remember, it all starts with you. So anyway, that's my Mindful Monday for today. I hope you guys got some value out of it. I love you all. There'll be some more videos coming out this week, so be on the lookout. And until the next time, to know thyself is to know thy truth. Namaste.